Hi everyone, welcome back to class. So you'll have to excuse me, my voice is a little bit raspy from over the weekend. I was a little bit sick. But today we're going to be going over a basic guide to writing an essay. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and hop right in. If I can get our PowerPoint to work. Okay, so what exactly is an essay? An essay can have many purposes, but as you'll notice, the basic structure is pretty much the same no matter what you'll do. Writing an essay to argue for a particular point or explain the steps necessary to complete a task. Either way, your essay will have the same basic format. So a few steps you'll follow. It basically will just write itself. So you'll be responsible for only supplying ideas, which I, encourage you to make sure that they are your own and they are original. We don't plagiarize in here, which are an important part of an essay anyway. So don't let the thought of putting pen to paper daunt you. Just get started. So essay format. These are some simple steps that you'll follow for the essay writing process. You'll decide on your topic. You'll prepare an outline or diagram of your ideas. You'll write your essay statement, or your thesis statement, excuse me. Write the body, write the main points, write the subpoints, elaborate on the subpoints, write the introduction, write the conclusion, and then add finishing touches. So what I like to do is I normally like to get a piece of paper and I like to start kind of charting all this out. So I'm a very visual person. I like to make sure that I have some form of a chart. And as you'll see coming up, there's also a chart, kind of like a diagram to show you. So choosing a topic. You may have no choice as to your topic. If this is the case, you still may not be ready to jump to the next step. So think about the type of paper you're expected to produce. Should it be a general overview or a specific analysis of the topic? If it should be an overview, then you're probably ready to move to the next step. But if it should be a specific analysis, make sure your topic is fairly specific. If it's too general, you must choose a narrower subtopic to discuss. So for example, the topic Kenya is a general one. If your objective is to write an overview, the topic is suitable. If your objective is to write a specific analysis, this topic is too general. So you want to narrow it to something like politics in Kenya or Kenya's culture. So once you've determined that your topic will be suitable, then you can move on. So to organize your ideas, and this is kind of what I was talking about, getting into a diagram and things like that. So the purpose of an outline or a diagram is to put your ideas about the topic on paper in a moderately organized format. The structure you create here may still change before the essay is complete, so don't agonize over this, but decide whether you prefer the cut and dried structure of an outline or more flowing structure. There's actually a few apps that you can get to help you with this. But if you start one or the other and decide it isn't working for you, you can always switch later. So here's an example. They're talking about dogs and they branch out to different things. And in this PowerPoint, there is some participation things, so you'll want to go in here and draw your own. This will just be a participation assignment. So writing your outline. Begin your outline by writing your topic at the top of the page. Next, write the Roman numerals, and then spread apart down the left side of the page. So next to each Roman numeral, you'll write your main ideas that you have about your topic or the main points that you want to make. So if you're trying to persuade, you want to write your best arguments. If you're trying to explain a process, you want to write the steps that you should be followed. You'll probably need to group these into categories. If you have trouble grouping the steps into categories, try using beginning, middle, and end. If you're trying to inform, you want to write the major categories into which your information could be divided. Then under each Roman numeral, write A, B, and C down the left side of the page. Next to each letter, write the facts or information that support the main idea. When you have finished, you have the basic structure for your essay and are ready to continue. So now we'll go ahead and jump into composing a thesis statement. Now that you have decided, at least tentatively, what your information that you plan to present in your essay is, you're ready to write your thesis statement. So this statement kind of tells your reader what the essay will be about, what points you're trying to make, what stance you'll take. So now you need to look at your outline or diagram and decide what point you will be making. So what do the main ideas and supporting ideas that you've listed say about your topic? So your thesis statement will have two parts. The first states the topic and the second states the point of the essay. So going back to the Kenya example, so stating the topic, the first part, you're stating that it's Kenya's culture. You're building a model train, public and transportation. The second part of the essay is, stating the point. So for Kenya's example, it has a rich and varied history, takes time and patience, can solve some of our city's most persistent pressing problems. So once you've formulated a thesis statement that fits this pattern and with which you're comfortable, you are ready to continue. So now you'll work on writing body paragraphs. So in the body of an essay, all the preparation at this point comes to fruition. The topic you've chosen must now be explained, described, or argued. So each main idea that you wrote down in your diagram will become one of those body paragraphs. So if you had 3 or 4 main ideas, you'll probably more than likely have 3 or 4 body paragraphs. So each body paragraph will have the same basic structure. You'll start by writing down one of your main ideas in sentence form. Then you'll write down your supporting points for that main idea, but leave 4 or 5 lines in between each point. In the space under each point, write down some elaboration for each point. This will help you get your ideas fleshed out and whatnot. So once you've fleshed out each of your body paragraphs, one for each main point, you're ready to continue on that one as well. So as an example, if your main idea is reduces freeway congestion, you might say, public transportation reduces freeway congestion. Your supporting point, commuters appreciate the cost savings of taking public transportation rather than driving. Then when you get to the elaboration, it's less driving time, that means more maintenance expenses, etc., etc., etc. So I've also included a poll in this, and this presentation will be put into our Google Classroom, so you can go and participate in the poll. So it's each main idea you wrote down will become a party paragraph, so you just select yes or no. So then you'll write the introduction and conclusion. So your essay lacks only 2 paragraphs now, the introduction and the conclusion, and these paragraphs will give the reader a point of entry to and a point of exit from your essay. So the introduction, as you can see in bold here, it's startling information, it's an anecdote, it's a dialogue, it's summary information. So this is designed to attract the reader's attention and give her an idea of the essay's focus. So you're going to begin with one of these attention grabbers. It doesn't really matter which, some of them might be better suited to whatever topic that you're potentially trying to write on. So if the attention grabber is only a sentence or two, add one or two more sentences that will lead the reader from your opening to your thesis statement. And then you'll finish your paragraph with your thesis statement. So the conclusion brings closure to the reader. So it sums up your points or provides a final perspective on your topic. All the conclusion needs is 3 or 4 strong sentences which do not need to follow any set formula. So simply review your main points, being careful not to restate them exactly, or briefly describe your feelings about the topic. Even an anecdote can end your essay in a useful way. So the introduction and conclusion complete the paragraphs of your essay. But don't stop just yet. One more step remains before your essay is truly finished. Add the finishing touches. So now that you've completed all the paragraphs of your essay, before you can consider this a finished product, you must give some thought to the formatting of your paper. So you want to check the orders of your paragraphs. You want to check the instructions for the assignment, and you also want to check your writing. Once you've checked your work and perfected your formatting, your essay is then finished. So at the end of this, there is a quiz. So you will need to log in and make sure that you're set. This will be graded, not heavily though. It's just to check that you understand what we've got. And obviously you can go back and flip back through the PowerPoint. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me.